Exe, get a one of my favorite too. It's yours truly, Tshego Koke. You can find along Goranga. You guys already know Get Wakai, Limpona Kokai. But right now, I'm at the perfect picture, baby. Let's have some fun. How does photography feature in my life? I take a lot of pictures in regards to, you know, stuff that I do for brands. Actually got myself a Canon camera like a year ago. And then after that, I think things just changed because obviously it was a different depth, a different look on my social media. Encouraged me to take a lot of videos in the gym as well, which was really dope. So photography has always been like a thing where you see from afar because other people can do it and you think, oh, this is only done by the coolest and, you know, gadgetiest type of guys. But once you get yourself a camera as well and you start working, you're like, actually, we can all do this if we just put our time to it. So yeah, it's very important for one to actually learn about it, especially if you're in the creative space. I entered because I just wanted to learn, man. I just wanted to grow. I think I've been in a position where I don't want to say I've been too comfortable, but in the space of TV I have. In other avenues of my life, in other specs of my life, I've been really like just perplexing into other, you know, stratospheres. But when you get into the TV, it's just been always just this one thing, and I think it's a beautiful way for me to venture into something else, but also for people to also know a different side to me. You know, when you're on TV, you're there for 30 minutes, you're being told what to say, and you're saying it in the coolest way. But on a reality show like this, you're literally showing yourself as bare as you are. Nothing is controlled, you know, whatever you do, you're doing it, who you love, you know. So I think that's one way of me looking at it as to why I actually entered, just to learn, man, nothing else. Learn from the experience, grow from it, appreciate it, and move on. I don't want to make it look like I'm afraid of anybody, so I'm not afraid of anybody here. Nobody's actually a threat to me. Not Jonathan, not Crystal, not Mvelo, not Gugu, not Nathan Bay, not Lasizwe, not Zaire, like nobody. I'm the only threat they need to worry about, to be quite honest. I feel really excited about it because also one thing I think we've learned about this specific camera is that we don't actually know cameras. Like we really don't. No, we don't. We know how to use cameras, but we don't know cameras. Like you don't know there's so many things that are coming in when it comes to technology that they're literally advancing, you know. So it's a happy time for us to learn about it so that even after this we can actually do a whole lot more with our cameras. One thing that I'm learning about cameras, like I didn't care about the ISO, I didn't care about the aperture, I didn't care about composition. For me it was take the picture, you'll edit it on your phone, you'll do this and that's it. But with the camera I think you start learning that there might not be a need for all of those post edits if you actually get the shot. You know, there might not be a need for all these other things if you take the video the right way, if you like, there's just so many things to it. So that's one thing that I'm really appreciative about it, because at first you put it on, you're like, this is so intimidating, and then you working, you're like, oh, okay, oh, timer, oh, all right, oh. So it's exciting. I didn't even know I could, and literally this right here, this show right here taught me how to put timer on my own camera, a camera I've had for a year. So we don't know anything about cameras until you learn about it. So it's really dope to know that Canon is actually doing this, man. So look, I'm gonna win this because it's a brand new challenge. Plus I'm equipped for this, whether I know how to use a camera or not, but now I do so. I'm gonna win this, man. If I don't win this, it'll be a very sad day on earth. Legendary dude, Steve Mark. As kids, we all used to see this guy on adverts, on TV. I mean, you know, whatever the case was, he was like the poster boy for adverts. Now we get to see him now, learning that he's also actually a photographer. I'm excited. I want to hear what exactly it is that he has for us. And obviously, man, it's just going to be one of those because I think he's coming through with a different vibe. He looks like an exciting character. So we want to just live in his head just for a couple of moments and see what he's actually got for us. One thing that I'm learning about the challenge is that you're shooting everything. You can shoot anything. You can shoot any moving thing coming from the left up top, coming from the ground going up, and you literally need to get your best shot. It could be, you could take 1,000 shots, but you only need one. Yeah, so obviously he's also talking about shutter speed. You know, the higher you go, the more static pictures you'll get. The lower you go, I don't know, I'll just figure it out. The more blurry it gets. So basically, the challenge is all about shooting this insane thing. We're shooting 3 items, a balloon with water in it, we're shooting a pumpkin, a watermelon. But here's the thing, it's all the way from God knows where. Someone is dropping it right there, and you gotta capture, whatever image that you can catch. And so I'm gonna put my shutter speed up to 2000, but now, because we've been actually advised to keep it at 1000, because going anything higher might not get us the shot. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna listen to whoever's saying this. Fine, let's go. The balloon drops. I catch nothing. Nothing at all. So in my head, I'm like, actually, maybe it's a test shot, like I said it would be, so it's okay. I'm not too frantic about it. Let's shoot the next thing. Next thing, pumpkin. Pumpkin comes down, dope shots come through, but only two. Two shots. Literally, it's insane. It's like, I don't know how listen, man, I don't know how these things work, but two shots come through. Watermelon shots, here's my plan. I shot the balloon and the pumpkin straight ahead. So with this one, I'm about to take the watermelon shot, I move over to the right. But I just tilt forward a bit because I'm like, I can see what I'm missing here. I'm missing a whole lot more engagement with the object itself. So I move over to the right. I think probably the first person that actually did that. Yeah, I move over to the right, get a bit more closer, and then I hit the watermelon and I actually get like 3-4 shots. I'm happy with those. So now I've selected, obviously one, and I hope this one will actually take me to the victory lap, at least, The picture I'm selecting the pumpkin because the yellow gives it so much color. My aperture was also like sitting at the point where I wanted it to be. So with the watermelon, not so much, but there's one picture that stands out with the pumpkin, and I feel like the pumpkin will really do me well. I think like I said, it'll keep me afloat within the game, and right now that's all I need to do. The scores are coming out, and like everybody's just getting low numbers. But I mean, it also just shows the intensity of the challenge. How extremely difficult the challenge was for everybody. The way Maps plays it out, he'll be like, a picture that one of the judges loved so much that they'll hang up on their own personal wall. Good composition, but yet, unfortunately, score 45. You know what? One thing I'm also learning about the game is that the judges are so critical. Like they critique anything and everything. Like you think a picture is just a picture. You take a picture, and I was out there and I'm like, actually, you know what? They're right, because a picture is not just a picture anymore. There's like the smallest, tiniest bit of detail that could be on the far right that could mess up the whole thing. I think what this means for the next challenge is that, obviously people wanna, I don't know, now we're starting to see that can happen to anybody. You could literally be at the top today, be second last, or be bottom, So right now, everybody's looking forward to at least being in the middle. Yo, Maps is just about to brief us, and this explosion just out of nowhere. And look, we all, like, some people are shook, some people are not even moving, but that's the shock. Sometimes shock does that to you. You don't run away, you don't move because you're like, what's a bomb doing on set, For me, this challenge is exciting, man. I mean, you've got leaves flying around, you've got smoke up there, you've got a sand pit being blown up, and worse, or maybe like the greatest thing, you've got a stuntman right there and there ready to do whatever that you want him to do, which is everything that we only see in the movies. So can you imagine when they spoke? I remember they spoke about Tom Cruise, saying that Tom Cruise did like one stunt like 50 times or something to get it right. And you're like, if you were like a DOP, this would be me right now. I could never do this. So, but I'm excited about it. I'm ready to get things blown up. You could be setting up the best shot for someone else. And that's the crazy thing about this challenge, that your shot, the one that you're intending to get, could be taken by someone else within your team. And I think for me, I'm seeing that actually you just need to calm down on this one. Let the master do his thing. Whatever he does, you take the best shot that you can take out from that. Somebody's gonna do a dive, somebody's gonna do a jump, somebody's gonna do a kicks. So we're all gonna have different elements, and I know there's no way you're gonna get 5 opportunities or not even get one, So we spoke about this and said, guys, teamwork, definitely makes the dream work. And I think we came together, man. We got to understand that this is a task that could actually help everybody get to the next round, because somebody can walk away with the picture. I step up to the plate as a director. Pretty exciting because, I'm a loudmouth naturally. So I'm like, yeah, it's my time now, For me, I felt like he should run through, he should just run through and see what we could get from that. And I take the shot. I don't get my shot, but Lou does get the shot. It's surprising when you're in the moment and you're seeing it for yourself. You can read about it all you want, you can hear about it all you want, but when you're in the moment, you actually start to value the amount of work that goes into television, cinema, cinematography, you know, what DOPs do, and I think you start respecting it more. And I think that's one thing that I'm also taking from this experience, that you actually start to understand that the dude behind the lens is just as important as the guy in front of the lens. So it's really beautiful to see, man. It's an exciting thing, and I hope people get to experience it a whole lot more. Lou she wasn't happy with the lighting on this end over here, so she went on the other end, and good God, bruh. Everything went on at the same time for her. Sandpit blew up at the same time. Leaves blew up at the same time. The stuntman came through at the same time. And we did not fathom that, in fact, the wind was gonna blow at us at the same time. So when it blew, everybody was just like, you know, cameras are dirty. Everybody, I'm like, yo, that's my baby. I gotta protect it. And I think that was the funniest thing for me. I didn't care about anything else. I didn't care about my face. I was like, that's my Canon camera. Like every image that I've taken, I am so happy with this one, and I cannot wait to hear what Maps is gonna say before he actually blows my head up. Cause yo, he traps you up nice, he pulls you in, he's like, and a picture that I also thought that I loved so much, had enough composition, and the lighting was impeccable, but yet, could only make it. When you walk into the room and you're just looking at everybody's images, you're actually like, we actually are good at what we do, man. And it's like, okay, I'm not saying we're good at what we do, like we do this for a living, but we are good at what we're doing right now. Like we're learning, you know, day in, day out. You can tell people are getting better. People are starting to understand what like using a camera is like, you know, beyond just taking a picture and having to edit it yourself on your phone. It's crazy because you walk in and you're just seeing talent, and that's it. Like if you had to put this anywhere in like a studio, someone would probably tell you a dude that's been doing this for 15 years has been doing it. You know, but I think that's the thing about this. It's so crazy. This side of art, when it comes to photography, is beautiful because you learn today and you just keep on learning day in, day out. The more you handle that camera, you just fall in love a whole lot more with it.